Hi, Wendell. Welcome to this interview. Who you are going to pull the lever for in this upcoming election?
Really leaning towards Donald Trump.
Okay, is it because of the appeal of his MAGA policies, or is it driven by your conservative persuasion?
Well, a few factors. Number one, the state of the economy right now with the inflation and also the state of the border, which is those are the two main causes of where we at today in the country, I think.
Okay.
And also number two, his previous record of what
Mm.
he's done for us
Okay,
in the past, which
got
is
it.
huge.
Okay. Who do you think handled the border better? Was it Biden or was it Trump?
Definitely Donald Trump.
Okay. Okay.
I think that he saw something that was happening at the border that was 4 years, 4 years ago when he was in, that kind of told us where we are now.
Okay.
And he was trying to prevent that.
Okay. Okay. So, do you think the undocumented immigration was lower during his administration?
I don't think it was. I think that when the pandemic happened, a lot
Okay.
of things happened at the border that,
Okay, which was beyond his control.
yes,
Okay, okay. So, what do you make of his VP pick JD Vance? JD Vance in the past had compared Donald Trump to Hitler, and he had even called him some names. Do you think picking Vance as the running mate is a wise choice?
I thought it was a great choice.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Number one, what a great story for
Mm.
somebody to come from humble
Yeah, I
beginnings
agree with you.
and to work his way up to
Yeah,
go
I got it.
to Ivy League school.
Okay,
Obviously, a great popular school to Ohio State,
okay, okay.
and to be able to have an opportunity
Hmm.
to become a VP is an amazing story. And
Okay,
he's sharp, very
okay,
very
yeah.
sharp guy for a young guy. He's very very sharp.
Extremely articulate.
Yes, very articulate, man,
Yeah.
and I really like that
Okay.
um,
Okay.
for the future to come. Actually,
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Do you think he can take over the party from Trump in future?
I think he's definitely capable of doing that.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, would Nikki Haley, with her moderate positions on abortion, foreign policy, and national security policy, would have had a better chance against Harris than Trump?
I think that Nikki is a politician that kind of has her own agenda.
Okay.
And I think with two dominant personalities like that, I think the heads would be clashing.
Okay. 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 Got it. So, since the 2016 victory of Trump, the Republicans have lost all the elections. They lost the 2018 midterm elections. They lost the presidency in 2020. They lost the senatorial elections in 2021. They lost the 2022 midterm. Are Republicans making a mistake by appointing Trump as the nominee?
No, because I think that the Republican Party is a whole different party now. I think the whole mega thing is a big deal because a lot of people that they feel like they were being misrepresented or disenfranchised.
Okay.
And obviously, that's probably about 60% of the country.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Mm.
I think it's
60% of
just,
the time, in
yeah,
terms of states, it would be among, I mean, it would be around 38 or 39 states.
right.
Yeah.
So you got to understand that when Donald Trump came along, it was just kind of like a rebranding of the Republican Party, and that's
Okay.
what's really going on now.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
also think that even with the Democratic Party, that there's a possibility that they're going through a rebranding too.
Okay. Okay.
And because I really feel like that they're more for the elitists now,
Okay.
more so for the common man.
Okay. 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 Got it. Got it. So this overturning of Roe v. Wade in 2022 clearly played a major role in the 2022 midterm elections. So do you think the issue of abortion is going to be the major decider in the 2024 presidential election?
I don't think that it's going to carry the weight with the overall voters as
Okay.
much
Okay.
as it will for the Democratic Party with the women.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I think that, in my opinion, that he pushed to do the right thing to let states decide.
Okay.
I I am totally good with that.
Okay.
As a personal choice, I would probably lean more towards I'm pro-choice,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I understand situations, things
Okay.
happen,
Okay.
and
So you are
so
more nuanced when you look at this issue.
yes,
Okay. Got
yes,
it. Got it.
yes.
Got it. Okay. So recently, the Republican stalwarts, Dick Cheney and his daughter Liz Cheney, have endorsed Harris instead of Trump. Do you think this is going to move the needle among the moderate and independent voters?
It's Dick Cheney. If you know the history of Dick Cheney, it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, right now, half the world is on fire.
Okay. It
I
does
mean,
not matter
it
if
doesn't
Cheney's.
matter. I mean, well, he's a war machine guy anyway. I mean, come on. I mean, he's making money behind the scenes right now. So the longer they can keep this going on, the more money is going to be in Dick Cheney's personal pocket. I can tell you that.
Okay. 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 And yeah. So why do you think this increasingly Gen Z voters are gravitating towards a Democratic Party?
Well, that depends now. Um, I think they're just misinformed and they don't really know. But as the election is, as this period is going on, you're starting to see a turn in the Gen Zs um, leaning more towards Donald Trump because now they're doing their own research. Thank God for the internet. Now you can find all kinds of things. Now you
Okay.
can't clickbait people like you
Okay.
used to.
Okay. Okay.
So I think that's going to have a big factor
Okay. Okay. Okay.
in
Got it.
turning more towards
Hmm.
Donald Trump.
Okay. And Trump has said that if he would assume the presidency again, he would stop funding the war in Ukraine. So, do you think America should stay away from engaging in world affairs?
No, but I think they engage in the right way. He wants to
Okay.
cease that.
Okay.
He wants to cease that.
Okay.
And I think we all can agree there was no wars going on when Donald Trump
Yeah,
was in
that's
the
that's
White
a fact.
House.
Yeah.
And I also think that when you're dealing with dictators and leaders of countries, they want to see somebody that they're going to respect somebody who has a stature about them.
Okay. Okay.
And
Got it.
and Donald Trump is no, he's straight no chaser.
Okay. He's not a
I kind of
pushover.
yeah, I kind of like that. And
Okay.
I'm not saying that she would be a pushover, but if you look at the signs of what's going on right now,
Okay.
and they're waiting on
Okay.
trying to get a deal for both sides,
Okay. Got it. Got it.
I think
Okay.
that kind of speaks for itself.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so I know you don't have any great affection for Biden, but what of the some of the policies that the Biden administration have implemented that you liked?
It's a tough one, and I'll tell you why. And I haven't personally. I don't feel like I've have got anything from it, but I can tell you that him trying to pay off student loans
Okay.
for certain people that are in debt, they'll
Okay.
probably never get out of debt.
Okay.
I thought it was a good move, but do I
Okay.
think it was a right move?
Okay.
For me, it doesn't matter, but
Okay.
for other people, I can see where
Okay.
they can look at that as a good
Okay.
policy. But
Okay.
besides that, I don't
Okay.
see anything.
Okay. Yeah. A little bit.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So, and then okay. Do you think the war in Israel and the subsequent campus protest are going to have an impact in this election?
I think it will. I think it will. I think it will with the Palestinians and the Jews as to the way that they vote.
Okay. 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 Got it. And so, what do you make of the last week debate? Do you think it was a right decision by Trump to go to ABC, where the moderators were clearly not on his side? They were not neutral.
I think it was a good move because I think he was in a situation,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
if he does or if he doesn't. If he didn't go, I think that they would immediately label him as a coward.
Okay. Okay.
So I think he was kind of had to go.
Okay.
But I also think that if you're looking at style points, okay, I can see where they can say that she won. But if you're looking at actually the policies and answering the questions, that's where he won. So I think with the state of where we are now, policies matters, style points don't. Um, and so I would say in my mind, because of the standard I'm in the state of the country where it is right now, I would say Donald won.
Okay. 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 So recently there was a school shooting in Atlanta. Republicans have constantly expressed their desire to protect the Second Amendment right, which allows the American citizens to hold a gun. What do you think about it? Do you want to have the Second Amendment repealed, or do you want a stricter regulations on gun?
No, I don't. I think we should leave it as is and live and look at every situation as an individual situation. Um, if you're looking at the statistics, then I know it's very, very dramatic when something like this happens.
Okay,
And it has happened all the number of times, what, once or twice a year, we seem like we're getting that. Um, I don't think that changing the Second Amendment is going to solve that problem.
okay, okay. So you're saying banning something is not going to
No,
solve the source
not
of
at
the
all.
problem.
Not at all.
Okay,
Not at all.
okay, got it. Okay. So recently there were a couple of assassination attempts on the former President Trump. So do you think the Democrats have to tone down their hateful rhetoric?
I think I think both sides need to
Okay,
tone it down to a bit.
okay,
Um, but when you're calling somebody a threat to democracy,
okay.
um,
And okay,
first of all, people got to understand we are a republic. If you look at the national anthem, okay, so we're a country of republic. That's in the Constitution. So, in other words, when they say that he's a threat to democracy, he's a threat to their democracy. You understand what I'm saying? You got to look at that. A lot of people think that they're talking about he's a threat to the Constitution. No, it's not, because in the Constitution we're a republic, and
okay,
that's facts. Look it up.
okay,
Did
okay.
you know that?
Okay, I don't know. This was
Look at it.
yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay,
So
okay,
he's a threat to their democracy. Yes.
okay. So since Harris has been elevated to the elevated as the nominee of the Democratic Party,
Yes.
she has clearly closed the gap in the polls. What do you think Trump should focus on?
I think he should focus on the task at hand. He should focus on the policies in which he's doing. Um, just focus on that. Not so much of focusing on her. I think you know people love the jokes and
Hmm.
the fun. You go to a Trump rally, it's not about just the policies.
Hmm.
It's about the entertainment too.
Okay. Okay.
So I think as we're getting closer and closer to election time now, and some of the places I think they have already started
Okay.
voting, that now it's about the policies.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, and making a clear distinction
Hmm.
on where he's going to take us to get us back to where we were,
Okay.
but better. But also making a clear distinction why we shouldn't go in the Democrats'
Okay.
direction right now,
Okay.
as where they stand right now.
Okay. And clearly this is changing, but still overwhelmingly the black community and the Latino community vote for Democrats. Why do you think that it is the case?
Well, I think it's just it's previous.
Okay.
I think it's locked in
Okay.
that the minorities are going to vote Democratic, but I also think it has been taken for granted also. But if you will look at your polls, typically Democrats need about anywhere from about 87 to 95%.
Okay.
She's polling now at about 83%.
Yeah, that's what I say. It has dropped, but overwhelmingly they're still voting for Democrats.
Yes. But also, what a lot of people are not paying attention to is the third party.
Okay.
There's a Green Party out there,
Okay.
and the Muslims have just denounced the Democratic Party.
Okay. Okay.
So that's going to take another 5 to 6%
Okay.
away from the Harris just because of the independence period.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Typically, the independent party is not going to vote Republican anyway.
Okay. Okay.
They're not going to do that.
Got it. Got it.
So, therefore, what you don't understand is not about trying to win the black vote or the Latino vote. It's about digging into
Got it.
the percentages.
Okay.
Because we know that the Democrats can't win
Okay.
the White House without the minority vote.
Okay. Okay.
Typically, with the Republicans, they can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should Trump and Harris have another debate?
I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. I think that number one, why put yourself in another situation to where you can't really fully go in on her because she's a woman? And so why set yourself up in a debate where it might get a little bit heated, where she's able to slap you any way she wants, and then as soon as you give her a gut punch, and all of a sudden you're a sexist or a misogynist? Why?
But
Just let it go.
But both Trump and Vance have made some derogatory statements about women. Do you think this is going to be helpful for them to gain women voters?
Well, here's my thing. I can't speak for women, number one. But what I can tell you is this right here. I do know there's a percentage of women out there that have families or that are just conservative or whatever,
Okay.
that are more concerned with their pocketbooks
And
than they are getting their feelings hurt.
okay.
I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And I think that women are they're
Perceptive.
very different. And I can tell you that there's a lot of women out there that got pretty thick skin, and they don't understand. I grew up with 7 sisters, and they could hear us talking about girls, and they would agree with us, even when it was a little bit hardcore. But because they knew that my brothers ain't talking about me.
Okay,
So I can just tell you that, if you're extremely sensitive, as a woman and everything like that, I understand. And for that, I apologize if you're getting offended.
Okay.
But I do know that there's some alpha females out there that, that they can pretty much say, I understand what he said, but he's not referring to me.
Okay. Thank you so much for the interview.
Not a problem, man. I'm glad you
Thank
gave me the opportunity to do this with you.
Sure.
All right.